put them on my watch right now, and I can't wave my arms. Then we're back for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 277. 2 sevens. Easiest fucking week there's ever been. 2 fucking sevens. 277.
You know, that's how it be.
You know, it's Bruno this week. Apparently we've ended the guest streak.
Yeah, we ended the guest streak and went through the week of hell for me.
Bro, I can't wait. This is going to be the easiest week for me ever because you're just like... And it all happened on Thursday. It was not the best day for you.
It was very far from the best day for me.
Yeah, podcast came out and then everything went to shit. I hop on Discord. Bruno's not hopping on Discord. I'm like, oh shit, it's going to be a night without Bruno. And there's like just Eric. He'll be off by like 9:30. I'm like, it's going to be a rough one. Tell them what happened. It's your story. It's your event.
So it was a fine Thursday evening. There's a storm rolling through town.
Cooked dinner yet? Sorry, context. Have you cooked dinner yet? Was it that? What time frame was it?
It was like 8:30, something like that.
Okay.
Because something happened at like 9:05, and that's
Right.
something I know. So it was probably like 8:30. Storm rolling through, you know. Thunderstorm. Lots of rain. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Those last two kind of go together. And it's like just rumbling and going nuts all around me. And then all of a sudden, I'm facing a window. There's a window right there. So
right, that faces the front of your, like towards the
the
road,
street side. Yeah.
where the power lines are.
All of a sudden, everything goes white. Immediately, explosion.
Like rumbling, like you felt things like shake.
Oh, I've been feeling things shake for the past hour at this point.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking like, you know how thunder, it's like flash, boom.
Yep.
You know what's more terrifying than that? When you hear the boom before you realize that there was a flash.
Oh yeah.
I haven't figured out where. But something right here got hit by lightning. Like, on my property.
You don't think it was the shed?
It might have been. Yeah, maybe. I feel like I might have seen where it was if that was the case, but I don't know.
I feel like you'd have seen a tree though, because I feel like the trees kind of explode.
I would think the same thing, and I did not see that. I didn't, you know, it's one of those things. I don't know where, but something right here got hit by lightning. And you know, it's not good. You know what else is not good? When fucking everything that requires power in my house, I am now concerned about it dying.
Yeah.
Because with that strike of lightning, so far the casualties include the modem for my internet.
Rough.
$50, by the way. Just keep tally going. Why not?
That's not... Thankfully, you don't have good enough internet... Thankfully, you don't have good enough internet speeds. You would have had a fancy modem.
Yeah, that could have easily been like a $200 modem. For
right.
sure.
Think of that. Your crappy internet speeds have saved you money.
You know, fantastic. Yeah, I feel so great about it.
Feel blessed.
Modem, dead. A PoE switch in my shed. Dead. Which is powering cameras in my shed.
Right.
Another $50. I think and hope a network card for the server.
Yeah, it better be.
$15 dead. I can tell you that the server is functioning correctly, but I cannot connect to anything because I don't have any network access. I can log in through the remote access port and look at the server. Everything looks fine. So, network card, dead. Um, my grandmother's, she lives right next to me. Her wireless landline phones, base station, dead.
Again, I'm taking that one as a win. Could have. That's like an easy pivot into like, why do we have that anymore?
Because that's the only way she'll talk to anyone.
C-
She is the kind of person that needs that still.
What? Just get her an
No,
iPhone.
fuck no. I'm not touching that one with a 20-foot pole.
Even my like next door
Nope.
like
Nope.
80-some-year-old neighbor,
Nope.
iPhone and an Apple Watch. She's so good
Nope.
at using her Apple Watch. She tracks her steps. She's like, "Oh, I do 10,000 steps a day." I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm like 6,000. I've hit a good day, and you're like over here 80 years old hitting 10,000 a day."
Not touching that one. My aunt, who lives right next to my grandmother, like, she also has a landline. Don't know why she does, but I think like every phone in her house, apparently. Well, that's coming from my grandmother, so I don't fucking know. But I know at least her phones are dead, and I think it's more dead than just the phones being dead.
So,
Also,
hear?
my grandmother lost caller IDs, or not call waiting somehow.
What do you mean lost call waiting?
Fuck if I know, man. If I knew how to explain this to you, I would.
Makes me
Call
feel
waiting
like
is dead.
it makes
She
me feel
cannot
like
use it.
to some degree I think a telephone line was hit if all these fucking landline fucking phones were hit.
And that's just what I know.
Yeah.
That's the terrifying part. I don't know what the fuck else is going to be wrong.
I mean, I feel like something would have poked up by now.
You would think. Fuck if I know, though, man. It's just been. God. I don't want this. So, yeah, they got struck by lightning.
I've been in a building that got struck by lightning once, but it was like a commercial building.
Yeah.
I was in the basement and I was like, it was like one of those like bad summer storm, like dark, like
Yeah.
it felt like night in like 20 seconds. So I'm like in the
Yeah.
basement, uh, I'm like walking around. I hear all this like crackling. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. What? So I like start going to the window, just like, whoosh. And I'm like, I'm in the basement, and I hear I go upstairs, and I'm like, people are just like looking around, like I'm like, I think we just got struck by lightning, and they're like, oh, like no one kind of could figure out what happened. I'm like, guys, I think
Yeah.
the building was just hit by lightning. But yeah,
Yeah. So, like, I say it was in front. My dad says it was in the backyard. So
okay,
who
so
the fuck knows where it
yeah,
was? But it
agree.
was close enough that both of us thought it was right there. So, like, right here somewhere.
No, I was just picturing my brain, you and him just like going back. It was the front yard, goddammit. And he's like,
I mean,
no, no, no. I
sure
saw
fucking
it.
looked like it.
I saw it. It was in the backyard. You didn't see
Yeah.
shit. It blinded you. I was staring at the window and I went blind. It was the front yard. That sucks.
Yeah, so that's been a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go. I had to go set up an answering machine again.
Come on.
If I'm setting up an answering machine, you think she can handle an iPhone?
Maybe. Can't baby these old people anymore. This is why they struggle. Like, how do they operate their vehicles?
It's terrifying.
like I to some degree it's like if you can't operate an iPhone, how do I expect you to get into a new 2023 vehicle and be able to operate it? Oh,
Yeah.
why is the
No.
heat on? I haven't figured out this damn vehicle's a fucking thing. We're just always heat. Fucking
If you're hot, open the window. God damn it.
Oh god, new car so fucking hot in there. Can't turn down the fucking air. Don't understand this new age fangled bullshit. And it's just like, bro, just just hit the screen, tap down. Like, but again, they don't understand. Their thermostats were like quite literal dials.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
But again, we like to some degree we can't. As someone that's in IT,
No,
I can't,
I'm with you.
I can't. There's some degree we have to stop enabling like these guys that like set a password for their like these guys. It's always truckers. It's always fucking truckers. It's like they'll
They're
set a
all rough.
password for like their uh Paycom. So like you know how they clock their hour, like
Yeah.
pay management system. They set a password for it. One, they're like, "Oh, I don't have a password for anything." I'm like, "You do." There's no system in this world where you just put your email in and you're logged in. Well, there is, but those are so far advanced. You would fucking just like shit yourself if you ever like utilize those types of technologies. But I'm like, you set a password for this thing. I can call it dumb. You can call it like, oh, I ain't much for computers, but it's been like 20 some years now. Like
Yeah.
the idea of a username and password isn't like shouldn't be fucking I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of which, let's go back to the fucking modem, all right?
Oh, those are shitty because you have to actually call your ISPs.
So, I have an old modem,
Right.
right?
Yes.
It doesn't get me the speeds I pay for, but it
Right.
works.
Okay.
So, I called my ISP. They have after hours support, which is fulfilled by somebody else, but not them. I was like, hey, my modem just got fried. I have a modem. Make my modem work. Ah, no, we can't do that. You gotta call when Service Electric is here so they can do it. Like, what do you mean? So then at 9 o'clock at night, I ordered a modem off of Amazon and it came the next day. Amazon didn't fail me for once.
That is an accomplishment.
They didn't fail me and they got me my shit in like it was like 14 hours from order to receive, I think.
Must have been a must be still a popular enough item that the
Yeah.
local warehouses have a quantity of it close by.
Yeah. And then yeah, fucking gotta call them and tell them my MAC address so that they can put it in a probably some access database from 1922 so that they can make it work.
That's a little bit that's probably hitting it way too on the nose.
I know.
That's
That's
probably
the
hitting it
problem.
way little too on the nose right there. That is shots fired.
So
That is um the yeah. Hey, well at least you got a new modem.
I didn't need a new modem. Apparently I did because my internet just dropped. Sick. I just love technology. It's great. It's good. Hey,
Don't smack talk your don't smack
and now Discord needs to do its thing. Just give it a second.
to the people.
I'm back.
I don't even have the pleasure to talking to people when you die like that this time.
I mean, I don't think you did before either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because your Discord would die. It wouldn't be the server that died.
Ah, this was my internet though.
Right.
So that's just
In a typical sense, I get to talk to people because the server's
true.
fine.
Fair, yeah. You're right. So yeah, cool. Just living up to my week.
Be like that for you this time.
So during this week of hell, I started something.
A new show?
No, a new book.
I mean, that makes sense since you don't have internet.
Um, Not a light novel.
Big novel?
Sure. So this came as a recommendation. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know the shows we watch, right? The isekai garbage shows, right?
Best shows.
They are the best shows. Apparently, some people that aren't from Japan write isekai stories.
Oh,
I have fallen in love with this book.
what's it called?
He Who Fights with Monsters.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to give you the rundown, all right? I'm going to
Run
pitch
me
it.
down. Send it.
Jason.
Born.
Jason is an Australian bloke, okay?
Actual Australian or like fake fictional world Australian?
Like, he is the main character of the story, and he was Australian.
Okay.
Jason got transported to a world. He got reincarnated, well, kind of. He got more of a teleportation. Anyways, brand new world. It's your standard fantasy world, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You got all the races, you got magic, you got everything. It's such a good story, and I love it. Um, I finished 2 books,
Damn.
and they're like real books this time, not light novel
Like,
books.
well, like, give me a page count.
Um, if you give me 2 seconds, I will get you a page count.
My book length.
I'm looking at 312.
Okay.
It's a 214,000 word book. I think it's like 4 light novels smacked together in a book.
How many words?
214,000 word count.
Okay.
I don't think it's a gigantic book, but it's
No, I'm just trying to put it.
yeah.
I
Like, what are you thinking? What are you comparing? What's your what you
I
got?
go big or go home.
Okay. So what's like a big?
So like now, Grant, I listened to this one, but I would have read it.
Sure.
There's to me
There
there's
is
no
an
distinction.
audiobook of this if you
Okay,
ever get interested.
sweet. I that's my way to. I put no difference in it because I've read books these bigs, but like
Yeah.
the the last series I finished all the books that are currently out was the shortest one was 383 words. Then we got 400,000, 400,000,
Okay.
and then 451,000.
So this
Almost
is
452,000.
a little over half of that for a
Yeah.
book. There are 10 books
Those are
though.
those are large, like that's a
That's a big
novella.
book.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like like again, if I'm going to find a series, I'm going to find a series with like thick books.
Gotcha. There are 10 of these books already though. And
Perfect.
my source says that there's more coming. Or there should be at least.
The one the final the final chapter in the one final book. It was like it's like 9 to 12 hours long on the
God damn.
audiobook.
Jesus.
Like it's a fucking like again, that's a chapter
That's a big boy.
that turned into like a
A
what
book.
could have been a book in its
Yeah.
own.
But no, I started falling in love with it. It's got the perfect amount of stupid for me.
I'm
It's
gonna
like if you let loose a feisty Australian dude in a world full of magic.
yeah.
It's
I
good.
I'm put it in the put it in the server when it's up, and my I have a
If
10-day
it's ever up.
cruise coming up, and uh these light novels are gonna get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, fair.
Like I'm a if I get into a good pace, so like after like day one, because it takes me a day to get back into like the idea of reading, but I could
Yeah.
probably get through most light novels in an hour.
Okay.
Like I'm
That
pretty like
sounds really quick.
I'm like speed click 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 click.
Do you know like your word per minute reading? Any chance?
Um, I
If,
do not.
I'm just curious
I don't,
if you've ever
cause
seen it.
like
Like,
no, cause like my it's so skewed with how big your books are.
yeah, I think I've seen mine hover between like 250 and 300.
I yeah.
But I tend to like, I don't know. I feel like I don't skim. I'm more of a read everything kind of person, I think.
Did you I don't skim. I can get into a pretty good groove.
And that's fine. And I'm not saying you do skim. I'm just saying that I don't for sure.
Like
Um,
I read Ready Player One in like a day or so on the cruise,
okay, that sounds quick.
and I wasn't trying to read it quick, but like I
Yeah,
loaded it up in the morning and I just like
fair.
basically busted through the whole book. Um, like the
It,
freaking
it's refreshing to read a book that's been written in English, by the way.
oh, I'm sure.
I can tell.
Like these stupid assassin novels, I can like absolutely. I spent
Have you
maybe
read them?
I'm on this. I read the first one, then I took a break because I was reading some other stuff. But like, kind of sitting with Madeline by the pool, just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Maybe like maybe an hour or so. Um, I got through half of one, but that was again weird.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
I
quick to me for sure. But
like if we were sitting there and I really don't care, I really got nothing else to do. I can't like check Reddit. I can't check anything else going on. I can't look in Discord, and I just have this to look at. And I'm like in it, and like my whole idea is that I'm relaxing because I'm reading. It'll just be like click, like couple like 20 30 seconds, click, 20 30 seconds.
yeah, that sounds pretty damn quick to me.
I just
Yeah.
I
But yeah, either way, great book. Really enjoying it. I've read 2 of them already. So, and I think I started Thursday.
that's good. Yeah,
So, yeah, been enjoying it.
it's honestly because you get to become a faster reader when you read longer books because you start to have to like there becomes so much drawn out like talk that you just have you like
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, the longer the story, less doesn't mean more action. It more means like more talking.
And
And
more
like
like world building setup kind of stuff too.
so you start to learn how to like just like not speed through it, but you don't at least for me I learned how to like pick up with what they're saying without having to like think about, oh my god, these two
Yeah.
people are we're now talking about the world again, about this random
And
thing again.
I'm not a huge reader. I haven't been a reader all my life or anything like that. So, it's one of those
Yeah.
things that it's more of a recent development for me that I've been reading stuff. So,
Yeah, I read all the Game of well, I'd say I read all the I did read all of I read of
Oh,
all
what there
released Game of
is.
Thrones, all of Wheel of Time, all of Stormlight Archive, like a lot of the big boys I've
Yeah.
read. I've never actually read all of Lord of the Rings, but I did read The Hobbit.
So like, you know how a lot of those shows we watch, the dude gets like super strong in like the first 10 minutes, right?
Hmm.
This isn't quite that, but they're doing it really well.
I mean,
He's
they
not
don't.
what?
They don't. They always go super strong. They don't have to go super strong if they do it the right way. I think the best shows are like he's dumb. He has a he's like ignoring an ability or like a limiting factor, and it makes him not necessarily OP in the sense that he can like call upon the gods to destroy the land,
Sure.
but like this is a bad example, but like if I think of Black Clover, the one dude doesn't have magic. Oh man, that really sucks because like everyone has magic. Oh shit, he has anti-magic, and that's just 1,000% better than magic because it's like
Yeah,
you have
well, when
like
everyone has magic and you're the one guy with anti-magic, that sounds pretty sick.
right. Is he like is he inherently like the most powerful person in that universe? No, but with that inverse like power, he becomes like
Yeah.
it becomes super easy to become super strong and like, oh man, this is like poison, Matt. Dink. Oh, okay, I'm fine. Like, oh,
This isn't like that. Like,
no, but
he's kind of just a normal fucking dude,
gotcha.
which is refreshing, I think.
Okay, yeah,
But it's done well. Like, he's still good. Don't get me wrong. Still good. But, like, everywhere he goes, there's people stronger than him, kind of thing. Which
yeah,
is a refreshing take. He's definitely different from other people in many ways, but he's still got his kind of dumb, strong, good shit going on too, though.
what's another one? It's um, oh fuck the dating sim show. That dude's not OP. He just remembers he just remembers the video game
He
and
just
knows like
knows what's happening.
yeah. But again, it's like
He has meta knowledge.
yeah, like he's not like inherently OP, but he just has knowledge. What's another one? Um, Shield Hero technically, he's not like I guess he is kind of like
No,
again, he's
he's
just
kind of
like
OP.
he's OP, but like he has the shield and like all he's doing is literally just leveling up different. He's like actually spending time to like level
Sure,
up.
but he has a lot of help in that whole leveling up people process.
Yeah, he shouldn't be the strongest of the four, but he is.
But there's a lot of them where it's like, for like instance, time I got reincarnated as a slime. That dude's just straight up OP.
Well, yeah, the absorption of skills was the whole like kind of like OP shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's just OP as shit. And also having like a supercomputer to help you do your shit, that helps a little bit.
yeah. Um, yeah,
And there's a lot of those.
yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the norm.
Oh yeah. Um,
But no, great book. Really loving
good.
it. It's gotten a few times that it just makes me laugh my fucking ass off. And some of it is for the dumbest shit. Like, you know how a funny Australian guy, how they can like quit back at shit real quick?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's happening all the time.
You know, it's a they're horribly underrepresented in anime. Those Australians. So, uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Put it in the
no, it's
list.
been good. Yeah.
Never get made into a show because Australia probably does not have an animation department.
I think I saw something about them doing a graphic novel with it.
Oh, okay, that'd be fun.
Like, and my understanding of that is it's basically manga, but just not from Japan.
Anga.
You know, there you go.
Or what's I forget, I read one. Fucking I can't think of the Korean one.
Manhwa,
Yeah, manhwa.
your tower god.
Yeah. Um.
I still struggle with those. I've tried a
Yeah.
couple.
They're not as easy.
They're very different.
They're more picturesque.
They're very photo driven,
Yeah. Sometimes there's like no story and all it is photos.
which is okay. I
It's a
think
different
this.
style.
I think the scrolling is my problem.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I just have trouble with it for some
Yeah.
reason.
Um. Yeah. Just a little drag scroll. Little drag scroll's all you need.
Yeah, maybe I need to figure something out.
Make a macro.
Well, see, I like reading on my phone too. Is the other thing. A lot of the
Oh
stuff I have on my
Jesus
phone.
Christ! Now we got all these stipulations now.
I know, and it's the truth though. But no, yeah, I know.
Um.
Stipulations.
Man, got my fucking oil change this weekend.
Yeah, sounds like a fun process.
No, just goddamn expensive.
How
It's
much?
it was like $100.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want to know what mine's gonna be.
yeah,
I still
I
got two
don't.
free ones.
Yeah, fucking 5 quarts of full synthetic was not cheap this time.
Yeah.
It's been like 80, but like I'm assuming everything's just fucking gone up. Like I'm
What's
assuming what
what's a what's a jug of full synthetic go for? I don't know. Like depending on how much an oil changes, I might be changing my own oil.
you might. I assume you would. Well, I guess it's annoying not to.
It is one of those things that it's annoying for sure. When a jug of full synthetic oil is or 6 quarts is $30. I don't know who the fuck Chevron is though. I don't know. That sounds a lot better than $100 and some though.
Yeah,
They don't even make filters the same way anymore. They're all fucking cartridges now.
yeah.
Did you know that?
I've heard like things about it, and I've heard I've seen the Reddit posts of the people bitching about everything new being just harder to deal with.
Like instead of for the longest time, all oil filters were their own metal contained unit that you unscrew off of something, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, a lot of auto manufacturers are moving to like a plastic housing
Mhm.
that you unscrew basically the outside of the oil filter off and then take the filter out, put a new filter in, and put that hunk of plastic back on.
Yeah. So
It's just like, I don't know.
maybe I'm gonna get screwed. So I needed to get my oil changed. I waited too long to do it, and I I don't have any opportunity the next couple weeks to do it just because I just don't have the time to like drop off
Yeah.
my car and get it done. Because you can't like you can't just do walk-ins most places anymore.
No. I know a couple, but for the
There
most
are a
part, no.
few, like there are some, but like so I tried to do like Maves, and they're like, oh, I don't have availability till like next Saturday. I'm like, it's a
Jesus
whole week.
Christ.
I'm like, okay. So I went to like one of those instant like you get in line oil change places, and it's like first come first serve. Like
Yeah.
that's where I got it done. Probably got a little screwed for that, but again, I guess I'm paying for the fact that I just got it done when I like showed up, and I guess
Yeah, maybe.
not I'm not too upset with that when I needed it done. You know, they did the full service too, so I got a bunch of they topped off all my fluids and stuff as well.
Yeah. I have to look at how hard it would be for me. It could be really easy. It could also be a pain in the ass for me.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a skid plate covering the oil drain plug. That would be my concern.
it's just not worth.
Like I wouldn't have to jack up my truck to change my oil,
No,
which makes it simple.
right.
But if I have to unbolt skid plates, that's an issue.
Yeah, it's just not. I have no patience or time or wanting to deal with a whole like tray of oil, 5 quarts of oil in a bucket that
Yeah.
I have to deal with something. And
It's annoying. Because you got to find somewhere to take it to,
yeah,
which isn't that bad, but It's one of those things that gets shoved in a corner of a garage and forgotten about for multiple years. Pretty
Yeah,
easily.
I need to change my. I don't need to now, but I either have to do it at the end of the year before I forget about it, or at the beginning of next summer. My lawnmower oil need change.
Like when I early on when I had my tractor, right?
Mhm.
I did a full fluids change. So that's like a couple gallons of oil, right?
Right. It's a big boy.
I mean, it's a diesel engine. They
Yeah.
like to use a lot of oil.
Yep.
And then also, I did a hydraulic fluid change, which
Yikes.
is like 15 gallons of oil, I think,
Yeah.
which then I had to do something with. It's like when you're using a 5-gallon bucket as your catch basin and you need to change it twice, that's a problem. So,
I'm trying to find this image I found on Reddit. It wasn't on Reddit, but it was like one of those things that like Reddit reposts. I it's like
oh yeah,
from like the
I've seen this.
1960s, like yeah, 1963. Like dig a hole, put some gravel in it. It'll disappear by the next time you need to fill the hole in their backyard with oil.
Yeah, and this was like Popular Science. This was
No,
like a real magazine kind of
bro,
thing.
it's crazy what our again. These are the people that refuse to learn an iPhone, and like this is the modern
Yeah.
era they lived in. Like, oh, you dig a hole in your backyard, put some gravel in it, dump your oil in there. By the time you get out, it's all in the water supply.
Feels good, man.
We're worried about us eating Tide Pods. Their water supply was just like old ass motor oil.
And
The
they'll tell you
well,
it's good for you too.
we've struck oil. Oh no, that's the motor oil we fucking dumped in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Crazy.
yeah, I just know. I know you're fiending off your free oil changes, but I knew that was gonna end in like a little in a little bit.
I still got one for this year and one for next year.
Oh, I think they had one for this year left.
No. I've got coming up like April. I'm going to get it done. And then the next April I have still
Gotcha. I thought you only had 1 year of it.
3.
3 years.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Again,
I
thought
get
it was
3 in 3 years.
I thought it was one, and I'm like
And
one and done. And
it's going to be like I change my oil 3 times instead of once, basically.
yeah,
Which is fine, but like you could have let me just spread that out a little bit more.
bro, their sticker. They put my sticker for 3,000 miles. I'm like you bet your ass I'm not making it fucking 3,000 miles of this shit.
I think my book says it's supposed to be something like 10,000.
I've seen him and told conflicting things with newer cars that like they burn.
Well, like a lot of newer cars are calling for full synthetic oil,
Right,
which is a longer lasting oil for sure.
but they also claim the engines are burning hotter because of efficiency reasons, and that you're burning up like the oil's burning up at a quicker rate than it used to. Like it's I've heard like a lot
Maybe.
of
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of I'm sure everything's right to a degree and everything's wrong to like a
Oh,
separate
sure.
degree. But like
It's
yeah,
it's also a lottery too. You get
yeah,
what you get, and
it's yeah,
who
like full
knows?
synthetic this is great, but then like oh you're pushing they can now push the levels of what the engine's doing even further because this can last it's like lasting longer so it's not lasting shorter and it's all lasting on average the same because of XYZ reasons and
I don't know that I've ever changed an engine at 3,000 miles much though.
yeah.
That's a little overboard.
My escape would be that thing hummed until like 7,000
Yeah.
before like the light wouldn't the light wouldn't even click on until like 7,000.
Every vehicle I've had never even had an oil light. So,
Really?
yeah.
your Escape didn't even have an, or not, your Ranger didn't
You,
have an oil light.
you're talking about my Ranger from 1995?
Yeah.
You think that thing had an oil light? The
I thought that
only oil light on that thing was, hey, fuckhead, you're out of oil.
those still, I thought those still would have like basic dash like indicators.
Yeah, it has a great indicator. It counted miles on a trip or told you the odometer, and that was it.
Oh, okay.
No, that thing was a 2011 that was built in 1995. It was new old stock. That's all it was. I swear to
I,
God.
I assumed you would have had some like a basic engine light, a basic like
Nope. Nope.
battery
Nothing.
light.
I got I got RPM, I got speed, I got coolant temp, and I got gas gauge. That's it.
Guess it. I guess it is a little dumber too because it is a manual. It doesn't have as much. It doesn't have as much brains in it as a car would have.
I don't think that changes much as far as engine management goes, though.
No, not engine management, but like just internal computing. Like it has less brains
Sure,
about it.
it doesn't have to have. It doesn't have to think about shift points.
Less technology in it in general.
Yeah,
I
I
guess is the
guess.
best. Um,
Had an aux port though. That was hot shit.
then wasn't it was past the era of it was the past the era of cassette tapes, but also past the era of six CD changers. And people are like, "Oh wow, we need something else." And then you got an aux, big.
Yep, it was huge. Most
So
cars that time had Bluetooth at the time, though.
I still, I still am of the opinion Bluetooth is like the worst thing that ever like. I think Bluetooth is the worst standard that ever won.
Yeah, it's not great. It's getting better, but it's
Talking
not
about
great.
worst standards, just because I mentioned it to you the other day, but the iPhones
Yeah,
have fully ditched Lightning ports.
good for
I,
them.
I don't think there's a I think starting next year, because I think the high end the earbuds, AirPods, high end AirPods, all the iPads, all the Macs, and now all the phones will be USB-C. I think it's only that the old cases for the AirPods aren't
Sure.
USB-C, but I'm assuming as
I
soon
think
as then
some of them
what?
had wireless charging too, though. So that's
Yes, they do.
a cop out
Less
other
of a
than that.
concern. I think they
Yeah.
leaned into the mag charging as well. Like it is wireless, but it is like a different type of wireless where it's like
Yeah.
connected wireless, not like a pad, like a you know. We have C now. No more lightning.
You know, I was curious and looked online. No mention of fast charging whatsoever.
The Pros have USB 3.0, which I think will support. It supports 10 gig, like
Transfer.
yeah. So I believe that will support some sort of fast charging. I think that everything else has USB 2.0, which I do not believe has any sort of fast charging standard. That is, well, well, okay. I'm sorry. It might have had what was called fast charging at one point, but I don't think by today's standards, the 2.0 um, does what today we would call by fast charging. Um, do you remember do you remember or do you know of the yellow USB-C ports? Not USB-C ports, the
Yes.
USB-A ports.
Yes.
They were like charging specific USB like standard ports.
There were red ones too, I think, for a little bit.
I never knew about red ones because my motherboard I think tried to be cool with red ports, so I never knew if they were cool ones or just like not cool
They
ones.
were slightly fancy. Yeah. They were like the 3.1 USB A.
USB port. It was always you. It'll continue powered out even when the computer's turned off or in sleep mode. Oh, that was part of the yellow ones. It was like a continuous.
Oh, it was like a power supply kind of thing. A 20-watt fast charge. Oh boy.
20 whole watts, Bruno. Think about that.
What do our phones do? Like 85 or something stupid?
Uh, I want only because I think it will. Has I know it's above. I believe it's above 60.
This says 45,
Oh, is it not? Okay.
maybe. I think there's one out there that uses like full-on laptop charger from one of the Chinese
Yeah.
brands.
I thought it was 60, but I guess I still double.
Still pretty good.
Um, what else? Oh, I felt like a cool person yesterday.
Oh, what
Before I
happened?
got on Discord, Madeline and I went. We were invited to a Harrisburg Senators baseball game, so minor league baseball team.
Yeah.
But like club suite, like or not club, like suite, like box seats in a minor league game.
Oh,
Again, pretty lame,
got the fancy seats.
but like you'll walk into a club and there's like free food and like a fridge with like free drinks and beer and like a
Yeah,
couple
I
bottles
mean
of
that's pretty
wine, and
cool.
then like you got padded seats type
Yeah,
thing. Um, we got a because we're members of the one, if like financial advisor, they gave out free tickets to this, or they booked a suite like a couple times this summer for games, and we got uh on the list for the one. It was fine, but like it's minor league baseball. Don't get me wrong, it's not like
yeah,
thrill seeking, but it was fun kind of being the fancy people up in the in the suite level, not just like some scrub in a normal seat.
yeah. Reminds me of the time that I got access to a box seating at NHRA Drags down the road from
Uh
me.
yeah.
Which, by the way, is happening this weekend.
Oh man.
Yeah, so they're rolling in right now. Big trucks.
I
Day and
forgot
night.
that happens. I always forget like this is the time of year that it happens, and you're like, oh man, I ain't getting out of this house this weekend.
It's gotten better. I think they've learned how to manage the traffic, but it's still, it can be rough. I'm sure
Um,
there will be a line at my house at some point.
yeah.
Briefly, for a little bit.
How was your Razor ride?
So it was good. It was a Fight the Blight fundraiser for Shamokin. It was good. It's not my favorite. It's very rocky, and
So you
it's
couldn't rip
set
it?
up differently than other rides. Like a lot of the times, these rides that I go on is like a guided trail. So like everyone's there for the ride, and everyone is following the same trail. So there's a route that you take, kind of thing. This one, they have a route, but it's also just a place that's open for off-roading at the time. So I can come across people coming the other way at me at any point. And it's just the idea of not having to worry about traffic coming towards you on a single wide lane is a good thing. It's nice to not have to worry about. So it was
Now,
good though.
did you have opportunities just to rip it down the trail, or is it more of like a technical trail where you're more or less just like doing obstacles type stuff, or like?
Um
'Cause I feel like one or two of them you've sent pictures where you can just like rip it down, just like trail
so
through the
those
woods.
those are my favorites, and
I
it was not that kind of opportunity,
Right.
unfortunately.
That's when we get the video of the. Whirr.
Yeah.
You haven't done the GoPros in a while.
I know, because it's a pain in the ass.
It's like the whole reason you own them.
I know. 23 miles in 2 hours and 8 minutes. My average moving speed was 12.8 miles an hour.
That is
My,
not.
that's. It's not great, the way you're thinking it is, but that's still moving pretty good.
It is moving good, but like,
If you understood the terrain that we were going over, you would think differently.
yeah, but like I know what you want to do, and you want to be ripping on that thing
I
with like
know. I got
20
a
to
max
30.
speed of 36 on here, is what it
Right.
says.
In my mind, like you want to be ripping down one of those trails and doing a couple miles in like a couple minutes.
Yeah, but you know, it is. What it is.
Like, I see like a perfect like, oh man, we have a 3 mile straight where you
Oh
get just
yeah, give it to me. Hammer down.
like
Let's go.
hammer down for like 3 miles. You're probably
Make
going
me
like,
regret using a motocross helmet because
yeah,
the sunshade.
it's just
If you
bouncing off.
start no, if you start going fast enough, you got to watch how you tilt your head because if you tilt back too much, it'll rip your head back because the
Oh,
wind
oh,
catches
because
on it.
oh yeah. I forget the max speed of your razor, but I want to say it's like,
Stupid.
yeah, it's not like restricted to.
I think it'll do 80.
We'll do 80. I was gonna say 60. I didn't know if you
Oh,
could
I've
get
I've
like.
had it to 60. Like it's pretty easy to get to 60.
Okay. I was like, oh,
Like I
that's
think if I had a straight stretch of like just roadway, I think I could get it to 80.
again, I get it.
I'm
You're
not sure.
making good progress. I just think like in a perfect idea, you get like a point where you get to rip it up to like to max and just get to like sender.
Quick Google says enough for 80 plus mile an hour top speed on an XP 1000.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And mine's not like the super crazy version at all.
But we can make it.
Like I have an XP, which is a pretty good machine. Like
One of my favorite operating systems.
it's definitely pretty serious. They make an XP turbo. That gives it like another 50 horsepower.
Oh, you don't even have a turbo in yours?
Nope, no turbo. They also make a Turbo S. That's like another 20 horsepower and it's a crazier machine.
What turbo
They
S?
also make a Pro XP, which adds like another 20 horsepower. And that's like the crazy machine. It gets crazy. Mine is not crazy. But like you saw 12 miles an hour average speed. I'm not stretching those legs in the trails around us. It's too rocky.
But think if you could.
You know, sand dunes. I would want that extra horsepower.
Well, the only thing I saw about the sand dunes is people tend to not understand where the sand dune ends and like the cliff of
Yeah,
a.
they can be a little scary.
From what I've seen of the recoveries, people tend to like sender and they don't. Apparently, they don't land gracefully when you hop them off. Of, like
No, yeah, no,
I think the suspensions are good, but not like
yeah, they are good, but not like
they're not a Halo 3 Warthog where that thing can literally just like kiss the
yeah, no,
ground.
no,
That's what I always assume most of those like. I assume most of the recoveries I see of the razors on Matt's channel are people sending him over the dunes, not realizing the dune ended like right there.
yep. And then they'll like snap a wheel off, and then they're
Yeah.
fucked. Exactly.
So maybe like the salt flats.
That's a little too boring. I like woods. I just like woods that aren't rocks.
Yeah,
I've
but
been in I've been in woods that aren't rocks, and it is my favorite riding by far. It's so much my preferred riding. But I don't have that around here.
no.
I did,
Ohio.
and then some fuckheads screwed it up.
Go to Ohio.
I don't know if that's the solution.
Because they have woods without hills, which is probably a very much lack of rocks.
Maybe. It
You have
tends to
flat.
be an erosion problem.
Yeah, but they don't. Everything eroded. It's all gone.
Fair. Maybe that's the ticket.
Um, what time? I have no. Okay, that's what time we're at. Um, huh. I'm really pissed off that. I think it. So I've been trying to dig into why Williams won't sell the hat in the United States, and it
Yeah.
seems like I think it's something with how golf has changed. It's like Golf International sponsors them.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I think it's technically different than when whoever sponsored McLaren.
Oh, interesting.
Well, like I think it just I don't know if Golf International has the rights to sell
I
a
see.
hat. Like I think it's whoever I think it's just like a bunch of one of those like I think you can buy golf hats with logos in the United States, but I think someone else owns that right to it. See, there's still not they're only for pre-order still. So I can't get one.
People sell pre-orders on eBay.
They do, but again, they sold out like hour 1.
Yeah.
Um I think it's who owns the rights. I think I think it's one of those weird things where one division doesn't own the rights to sell the logo stuff on merch in America. Like it's just like one of those weird things.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I'll get something
Sounds like it
done.
might be a difficult thing to find. Maybe you can find a bootleg one somewhere.
Maybe. I don't love their other hats because I don't like trucker hats. I don't
Yeah,
like the mesh as much.
fair.
So
I usually always have one kicking around for a summer hat.
yeah, I don't like my hair like the short hair pokes through them and they just looks weird
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
just like
I know. I feel you.
so what am I to do? Wait till they go on wait till they go on clearance at the end of the
Yeah,
season.
seriously.
Um, we're almost at the end of the season. We have like 9 races left.
Season's gonna be over this weekend probably. Constructor. We're done.
Theoretically,
We're done.
I think Japan they can win it both technically.
There you go.
At least drivers, which is the only one people cares about.
It's crazy.
What else? Uh,
It's like actually insane.
we um, what the fuck does Eric? Why does he? Why does Eric have the rights to like say words?
You know, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about what the fuck he just posted.
I know. Uh, see, are you? It's a CS:GO game we're talking about, and we're looking at price because it's a stupid fucking pattern. I don't want to talk about, but it's a stupid freaking thing that might be like a stupid amount of money just because like some people would meme
No,
on it.
it's not.
Okay, 10 cents
Yeah.
factory new, $207 for factory. No, wait, that's a different one.
No. 27 cents.
Okay, then yes, that I hope you're sending it to us.
Do I have any money in my account?
You gonna buy one?
I gotta sell some cards.
Ooh, probably can't sell them without approving them in your authenticator app and letting it like sit for 24 hours if you haven't sold anything in a
Maybe.
while.
I mean, I go through here every once in a while.
Yeah.
I've got 5 trading card packs, booster packs.
Damn.
We're selling them.
Don't you want to level up your Steam account?
Nah, I'm good.
It's one of those things that I always like, oh, I wish I had a high level Steam account. Then I ask myself, why? Like,
No, I really don't. I don't need to.
what?
Like, I think you get more friend slots, but like, I don't need more friend slots.
The last thing I want is people on my friend's Steam friend list, all because I just would get spammed with like, oh, did you see this person's playing this game? Like, who are they?
Yeah.
I only have 30 friends, and I don't think I know half. I don't know why half of them are on my friends list. I have no recollection of why most of those 30 friends are on my friends list.
I've got a lot more than that. I've got like 55, 57, I think.
I mean, it is 20 more than me, but it's still not that. I thought you would be in the hundreds.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not Fee. Okay. Easy
I have
there.
I have a total of 325 friends available. I'm still sitting like 10% of my total Steam list.
Okay, question.
Yeah,
What number of friends do you think Fee has?
max.
Nah. I think he's got 84.
Really? I feel like he just would add anyone that like. I feel like he'd add someone just to like prove that we've played with them before because he'd be like, "Oh, I remember we played with this guy like 4 weeks ago," and I was like, "Okay, bud."
I was very wrong. 36.
Oh,
Ah, see, no, I mixed it up. I mixed him up with Birdie. Birdie has 84. Literally the number I said.
okay. I guess that doesn't surprise me.
Eric, big CS:GO guy, 27. Not big CS:GO
Eric
guy.
just Eric doesn't want to play with our. I think his league friends list is bigger.
Moshe, 141.
Okay. Did count up like all of us, divide it by like 4, and then it's like still maybe halved, and it'd be like 3 of us. You so you can get an invite to anything, and then like maybe a couple of us.
20.
Okay, 'cause I have them.
Fredo's got 24. Demi Dame coming in hot with 25.
No one, no one wants Steam friend. I have a pending friend request.
Her, 29. Juan. How many does Juan have?
I
I'm looking at it and it's a number.
what?
How many friends do you think Juan has on Steam?
Does he have a lot?
Give me a number.
10.
8.
Okay.
Some interesting people you will find missing. You're not on there.
I'm not on there now. I don't have him. What Steam game does he ever play with us?
Even more interesting than you being missing.
Is like
How
Dit on
about
there?
how about Birdie being missing?
What Steam games does Juan play with us?
I don't know, but how do you not add Birdie as a friend at any point in time?
I don't know.
It's been like 12 years.
Again, he doesn't play game like what are his last 4 games played on Steam or 3 games
What
played?
about when we played Civ together?
Oh, that's true. I forgot you
Or
guys.
like Long Winter? Or like Tabletop Sim?
He just doesn't. He joins.
Phasmophobia?
No, I doesn't.
It's crazy.
Fucking.
He just is built different and does not use Steam the way we do. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, no, he does not. He's always playing his Xbox.
And that's fine. Is it Xbox or is it PlayStation? I don't remember anymore.
Hopefully, it's Xbox, because now you can Discord stream from Xbox.
I did see that. Got that update.
Well, just same update today. You and me, same page.
Did my skin sell yet? Wow, none. All right, let's sell some cards.
I don't even know. I have some lame cards. I think they're all lame. Inventory.
I've got 4 pages of them.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh no, sorry. They put stickers in here now, so I've got a page and a half. It's still a lot.
Got. Oh, I guess I have like 8 pages. Apparently, I have a lot of cards. I don't know why. Oh, I have like a shit ton from Construction Sim. Those things probably sell like hotcakes.
About 4 cents a piece.
Yeah.
You get 2.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, well. Do you have anything else for this week?
Nope. Don't get struck by lightning.
Yeah, don't, because it's bad. But you know what isn't bad? It being Thursday, because that's all you have for this week's episode of Thursdays All the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
See you later.